Well, I noticed as we were touring the facility, there's a lot of state-of-the-art things that are going on here that as we talked about, you didn't really need to do, but it was the right thing to do. And with water reclamation and your condensate reclamation and zero waste, and maybe tell us a little bit about that, Brett.
Yeah, well, and it ties directly to the Anden units, to where the water that you're taking out of the atmosphere is being collected and actually going full circle back to the plants again. So it's like they transpire the water, the units pull the water out, it gets sent to a tank, and we're treating it with a mild oxidizer and running it through an arc skid that completely cleans it down to where there's 0 parts per million heavy metals or anything in it, and we feed it right back to the plant, so it lessens us from pulling from the watershed. And on the other end of that, after we feed, the water that sheds from the table goes into a tank that reduces it by 85%. So after 1,000 gallons, I have 150 gallons of highly concentrated salt solution there. Pump it into a holding tank. I can get two cleanings out of the NCON before I have to have a purveyor local guy come and pump it out, and then they deal with it in a nice ecological fashion. We're gonna have 0 impact on the environment when it comes to NPK solutions or anything like that. Like 0 impact. It's really nice.
That's awesome. With the condensate, you're collecting the condensate from the HVAC equipment and the dehumidifiers, and then refeeding that to your plants, like you said. What is that rate of that? Are you getting like 90% of the water, or?
From the condensate tanks, we're getting everything from the dehus and the ACs. That's all coming back, and I'll run the arc skid, and it'll have 600 to 700 gallons we'll collect in a 24-hour period in that roughly. So yeah, we collect a large amount of water that we recycle back into the facility without having to pull from the city or the town.
About 95% of our process water that goes into the plant is transpired back out into the environment. All 95% of that is captured, it's treated, it's recycled, and it's fed back to the plants. Annually, we estimate that it's north of 350,000 gallons. That's water that we will not be pulling out of the watershed. We're recycling roughly 350,000 gallons a year.
I mean, that's a crisis right now in Northern California and the Pacific Northwest, that so many growers are being fed by the local water supply, and there's no control over it, which is really hurting the local environment as well as the citizens that have been living there for so many years before these industries took off.
In particular regions and states, especially in the Southwest and the West Coast where it's hot and dry, these sort of systems are mandated by municipalities and oversight. Here we took another proactive approach. It wasn't the easy road, it wasn't the cheap road, but we felt it was the right decision, not only for the company, but for the environment and for sustainability.
Yeah, you live in this community, you want to do what's right for it.
That's right.